hello. Today is about 1 week after I shot that initial DJI Spark unboxing footage, and I haven't edited the video together yet. So basically, I have an empty box. Let's see, the power supply and one of the intelligent flight batteries and an empty bag here. I don't have the Spark with me. Oh, I have some propeller guards. I can have some fun with these, looking at these tonight. That's kind of fun. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm having fun with my drone. Okay, so the point here is that I'm twiddling my thumbs instead of using a Spark because I don't have the Spark. So the Spark had to go into the shop because I used a 63-character password when changing the Wi-Fi password. And apparently either that or some of the operations and the sequences of operations surrounding all that led to what appears to me to be a lockup or hang of the Wi-Fi module on the Spark. And I say that simply because all the Wi-Fi operations on the Spark became disabled. In other words, the intelligent flight battery, when you'd push it in, it would not do anything to go, you have 3 functions that you can do with the battery button, 3 Wi-Fi functions, 4 functions total, power on and off, and then you've got 3 Wi-Fi functions. The first Wi-Fi function, I think, is to pair with the remote. I think the second one, which is you wait for 6 seconds, that's to unpair from the remote. And then the last one, which is 9 seconds or more, is to reset the Spark Wi-Fi password to the default password. All of those functions were not happening. You could just push the button in and wait for 30 seconds with the button in. Wouldn't do anything. You couldn't pair it to the remote. You could not communicate at all with the Spark, and it was essentially bricked. Now, it would respond to power on and power off, and it was otherwise starting up in that regard, but there was no communication to it at all. I tried using the DJI Assistant app to reset the firmware, to refresh the firmware. I did all kinds of things. No dice, no dice, no dice. Any button push commands you could do on the Spark would not reset the Wi-Fi. It wouldn't do anything. And there was no SSID, Wi-Fi SSID being emitted from the Spark at all. It was like just non-communicative, non-accessible, and the DJI Assistant functionality couldn't do anything. And when I'd go to the DJI Assistant Wi-Fi settings page, it had a read error. It said there was an error reading the information. So I guess when you go to that page, it tries to communicate with the Spark Wi-Fi module to learn, like, let's say, what the password is and stuff. And then it displays that to you on the DJI Assistant, and that just did not work at all. So had to send it in. So DJI sent me a shipping label, and it was a UPS ground, so it took a while to get there, several days. I actually am not that far from them, but it took like three days or so, and then they had to look at it and everything. So finally today, I got an email from them that they were shipping it back, so that was nice. But I don't know, how long it's going to take to get back here. They say it's going to take up to 3 days for it to come shipped out here, and my guess is they're going to ship it ground, and my guess is it's just a cost saver for them, and so I may not get it until mid next week. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of like one of those things where you invest in something. I've been eyeballing something for a long time, and all I was trying to do was be a secure user and set up a long Wi-Fi password. My routers will accept a 63-character random kind of generated password like that, and I don't see why the drone shouldn't, but it didn't, and it led ultimately to this like lockup where it wasn't actually receptive or anything. It was just completely inaccessible from a communication standpoint. The only functionality that worked on the drone was power on and power off, and that's it. And it did make the little noise when it started up, but that was pretty much it, nothing else. So DJI sent me an email today saying that they had, located the problem, fixed it. We're sending out a drone. It'd take up to 3 days to send it out to me, so that's good. They also said that using a 63-character password is problematic for reasons that they did not specify, but they said it opens up things to other concerns. I don't know what they meant by that, but one of the concerns I have is that the length of the password may have maybe done some memory overwriting or something. I hope not, but I'm wondering, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what the concerns are that they were alluding to, but they recommended in the same, information that they gave me to keep the password to 8 to 16 characters. Anyway, that's it. It's the weekend. I don't have the drone. That's okay. I hadn't had a drone for years. I've wanted one. I got one. I ended up setting up the security in a way that ended up finding some weird problem with the unit, and somehow I managed to do that when I play around with devices. I'm using normal functionality, but I'll try out some nuances, and it uncovers interesting things. This is not the first time this has happened. So I guess that's a good thing because, you can report the issue and maybe there'll be something positive that they can do from a quality perspective. But it's not fun as a user to be sitting here at home without my Spark. All right, everybody, wherever you are this weekend, hope you're having a good, safe, fun weekend, and touch base soon. All right, thanks. Bye. Hello, how are you? Here's my little guy. It's been about 2 weeks since I started making the unboxing video. So here is, in this really nice, lots of bubble wrap. Let me just take this. But this remote has plastic stuff, it's brand new. I also had sent this in without propellers. It came back with propellers. I got an extra set of propellers as part of this repair. That's still not it. The front here has the protective coating. I actually have a hunch this whole thing may be brand new. There's another thing here. There's my SD card. So I left my SD card in the one that I sent them, and they taped this one on here. I have to say, overall, I think their customer service is fairly organized. The only blip I would say existed is when I was initially trying to figure out what to send them. They said to send just the remote, and it didn't sound right to me, so I asked for some clarification, and they said, no, send the remote, your battery, and the Spark. They clarified that and everything, but that could have been, if I were a little bit more naive of a user, it might have caused big delays, right? So I think as a user, it's really wise to kind of be in tune with what you think you might need to send in and whatnot, and just be careful to watch that stuff. I actually have to check the serial number. In fact, I can actually just check it right now. I think I have the serial number in here. So I checked the serial number here, and for sure, they sent me a brand new Spark. They replaced my Spark. So yay DJI, thank you for sending me the new drone. All right, that's it. All right, thanks. Bye.